Welcome students, welcome again to my another new lecture. I am Muhammad Tanbir Ahmed, lecturer, Department of Civil Engineering, World University of Bangladesh.
Criteria for air pollutants and toxins. 6 major air pollutants identified as causing health effects at concentration above threshold, established at levels known to be safe. That means if the 6 elements goes above the standard level, they can cause a serious health hazard. These elements are carbon monoxide, lead, nitrogen dioxide, ozone, sulfur dioxide, and particulate matter. Air toxin. Air toxins are another group of air pollutants that are typically present in low concentration in the air but have toxic characteristics that may result in health effects from exposure even at low levels. Sources of air toxics includes motor vehicles exhaust and some commercial and industrial processes. So air toxins are the pollutants that are known or suspected to cause cancer or other serious health effects. Air toxins can come from natural sources or man-made sources, such as motor vehicles and industrial processes. The examples may be benzene, which is produced from gasoline, perchloroethylene, which is produced in dye factory, and methylene chloride, used as a solvent and paint stripper. Units of measurement. Particulate matter measured in mass per unit volume of air, and its units is milligram per meter cube or microgram per meter cube. Gaseous pollutants also measured in mass per unit volume, and its unit is the same as particulate matter. Now ppm, that means parts per million, equal to ppmv, that means parts per million volume, equal to volume of pollutant per million volume of air mixture. That means volume of pollutant per million of air mixture. So 1 ppm equal to 1 ppmv equal to volume of air pollutants. So that means 1 volume of air pollutant divided by per million volume. That means 10 to the power minus 10 to the power 6 volume of air. Regulations or standards. There are two types of standards. They are emission standard and air quality standard. These standards are used to control the air quality. Emission standards. Source cannot emit more than a specified mass of pollutant over a period of time. This is based on technology, economics, relation to airborne concentration. That means these standards will vary from country to country, depending on technology, economics, and relation to airborne concentration. Emission standards are expressed in a large number of units, the most common of which is mass of the pollutant emitted per unit volume of effluent gas. The objective of this emission standard is to control pollutant sources so that ambient pollutant concentrations are reduced to level considered safe from public health point of view. Bangladesh Environmental Conservation Rules 1997 has set emission standards for motor vehicle industries. The motor vehicle standard has revised in July 2005. According to the rule, the petrol or gas-driven motor vehicle which has 6 to 8 seats, the standard limit of carbon monoxide will be 2.2 gram per kilometer, and hydrochloride and nitrogen oxide emission rate will be 0.5 gram per kilometer during the time of registration. Air quality standards. Airborne concentration of a pollutant cannot exceed a specified value over a certain averaging period. Air quality standards are established on the basis of air quality criteria, the protection of public health and welfare, and economic and technological considerations. So, in this definition of air quality standards, there is a term which is averaging period, and to fix the air quality standards, always it is important to take this average period. So why average period is important? Because higher the concentration, shorter the exposure time required for undesirable effects. A pollutant at a certain concentration may be harmful over longer exposure time, but relatively harmless over shorter exposure time. For example, we can say the standard for carbon monoxide in Bangladesh, which is 10 milligram per meter cube and whose average period is 8 hours, and 40 milligram per meter cube whose average period is 1 hour. So we can see that the 8 hours averaging period value is less than compared to 1 hour averaging value. We can say in a 12 hours or in a 24 hours, that means in a day, the value of carbon monoxides may increase 40 milligram per meter cube for 1 hour. But if it stay or continues for 1 hour, it may not affect the human health, or and if it stay more than 1 hour, it may be dangerous or it will be seriously affect the human health. So the averaging period is very much important while fixing the air quality standard. So Bangladesh Environmental Conservation Standards has standardized by environmental conservation rules in 1997 and it has revised in July 2005. This table shows the air quality standards for Bangladesh. Air Quality Index. The Air Quality Index AQI is a tool that simplifies reporting air quality to the general public. It is adopted by the US EPA, that means United States Environmental Protection Agency, and it is used by many cities to report to the public an overall assessment of a given day's air quality. The Air Quality Index converts concentration of 5 criteria pollutants, that means particulate matter, ozone, carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, and nitrogen dioxide into a single index number between 0 to 500 and assigns a descriptive terms, that means good or moderate, to that value. That means the air quality index converts these 5 particulate pollutant matters and assigns a number from 0 to 500, and based on this number they rate the air quality as good or moderate. And this is the air quality index based on US EPA. They have subdivided the air quality into 6 parts from good to hazardous. According to this chart, when the air quality index is 0 to 50, it is termed as good air and all activities will be okay here. That means air quality is considered satisfactory. If the air quality index is 51 to 100, the air will be termed as moderate. That means the air quality is acceptable. However, some pollutants may affect unusually sensitive groups. So all and everything will be okay here, but these sensitive groups should reduce exertion outside. And last on hazardous, when the air quality index is 301 to 500. That means in this case health alert and everyone may experience more serious effects, and the activities will be all groups remain in indoors. This is the air quality index which is suggested for Bangladesh. According to this, when the air quality index is 0 to 50, it is termed as good and will be expressed by green color. If the air quality index is 51 to 100, it is termed as moderate and it will be expressed as yellow-green color. Similarly, if the air quality index is 301 to 500, it is extremely unhealthy and will be expressed by purple color. Air quality index. The air quality index AQI is calculated based on concentration of 5 criteria pollutants, which are ozone in 1 hour and 8 hour, PM, that means particulate matter, which is further subdivided into PM10 for 24 hour and PM2.5 for 24 hour. PM10 means particulate matter whose effective diameter is 10 and PM2.5 is particulate matter whose effective diameter is 2.5. Carbon monoxide for 8 hours, sulfur dioxide for 24 hours, nitrogen dioxide which will be taken as annual. Each of these pollutant concentration is converted into an AQI number using the method developed by US EPA. The highest AQI number is the AQI value of the day. For example, on a particular day, if a certain area has an AQI value of 120 for PM2.5 and 88 for sulfur dioxide, then the air quality index for that particular day will be the highest one, that means 120, and the critical pollutant is particulate matter 2.5.
That is the end of our today's lecture. Thank you everyone.